Alright, so welcome to Signal Soundbytes. I'm Peña, Editor-in-Chief of The Signal, and on this episode we will feature interviews with international students at UHCL regarding their experience both at the university and in general. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Tell me your names, your majors, and where you're from.
Okay, so my name is Mohammad Azim, and my major is I'm a graduate student in Management Information Systems, and I'm from India.
Hi, I'm Anupama. My major is computer engineering. I'm going to graduate next semester, and I'm from India, Andhra Pradesh.
Awesome. Well, welcome, guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, first off, tell me a little bit about where you're from and what was it like growing up there.
Well, the part I belong to the central part, so there we have very diverse kind of atmosphere. We have like the state from where I belong, it's called Chhattisgarh, and so at that place we have people from all over the India. So basically, it's a mini India. So we have all kinds of people, different kind of food. We have basically we had a lots and lots of diversity. So growing up there was a kind of mix between all kind of cultures, all kind of languages. So we learned my mother tongue is Hindi, but apart from Hindi, we got to learn Sanskrit, Urdu, and a little bit Sindhi and Punjabi a little bit. So that was how it was. And the food, I guess I'm a very foodie person, so it's because in my genes, because my parents, they also got the variety in their food, so I also like variety in my food. So that was all. It was like a pretty much diverse kind of atmosphere.
Whatever you.
Okay. I'm from South India, Andhra Pradesh, but since my father worked in Air Force, I've been all over India, like north, east, west, south. My mother tongue is Telugu, but apart from that, I speak Hindi and I understand a little of Punjabi. And growing up, I have been to different schools, different atmospheres, so it is always amazing to be different parts of the country.
So how long have you guys been in the United States?
Almost 1.5 years, I guess.
Yeah, 1 year, 3 months.
Nice.
She knows the math.
So, like, how has it been maybe adjusting to maybe the culture difference? Has there been any sort of, like, changes there?
Cultural shock, if you talk about cultural shock, yeah, when we belong to a country where younger kids still live with their parents, right? So, and when we came here, we saw different culture. We got to know different things about how the humor is, how people understand what you say and how they understand. There's a difference. What kind of for example, if we are talking with someone in India, if you talk loud, it's not called arrogant or it's not called rude. But here, if you are raising your voice to a little bit more, I would say, if your pitch is very high, then it will be called rude and you are being arrogant. So that was the first thing that I learned here, that you have to be very calm and cool. And talking about the people, I believe that they are more or less the same. I believe in India also people are very helpful to each other, and here also I thought that it would be a foreign country for me. I would be an alien there, but still the transition that was pretty smooth, and the people here, they greeted me very well, they welcomed me, so it was kind of a good experience for me.
How about you?
Okay, there was a cultural difference for sure, but like at the beginning of the transition, it was a little difficult, but UHCL helped a lot. I have been like very active on campus just to avoid the homesick, being in the apartment alone. So yeah, on the culture is different, but the people are still the same. The friendship, the love, the affection, it's always the same. So I had a lot of fun being on UHCL campus mainly, I would say, because it has taught me a lot of things, being individual, and then how to be more Active?
How to be a leader? How to be a leader? Yeah, you're the president. Come on. Yeah.
It's not about being a president, but yeah, I've learned a lot of things about leadership, communications, and more other things which I would not have been done being in any other place.
So what made you want to come to the United States or even Texas? What made you make that decision? And when did you decide to do that?
Honestly, I would say that when I was I had a thought that I have to do my graduate study, right? I wanted to do my master's, so I was looking for options available. In India, we have many what we call it Ivy League colleges, but I wanted to learn something new. I wanted to meet new people, and I want to explore. Basically, I wanted to explore. So when I went through options, I had different countries in my mind that okay, here are the countries who offer the particular major that I want to study, and here is the course structure. So after jotting down all the universities and everything, there were few from USA. So when I thought about coming to States, I thought of going to a place which has more familiar weather condition which I am having in India, and that I won't be suffering a lot because of the weather condition. So in Texas, basically in Houston, the weather condition is very very good. I would say it's more favorable to me, and I don't had hard time adjusting to the atmosphere. And I also while browsing through the websites, several websites, I read that people in Texas are really helpful, and they are not very rude, which I read about other states that it's kind of a different. That's pretty normal, but still I believe that people in Texas are really helpful, and that's what attracted me towards Texas.
I would say a lot similar things like him. The climate conditions are a lot similar, so that is the main reason I would ever choose Texas. And then I studied about the universities. From the admissions I got, I felt UHCL was like top among them, and I also had a overview of the universities from I had 2 seniors who were already studying here, and they gave me a very positive feedback. So I thought, okay, I should go here.
Nice. So what have been some of your biggest challenges with coming to the United States?
The biggest challenges, I don't see it as challenges. I thought of it as an opportunity. So the opportunity which I had here was adjusting to the course structure, adjusting to the culture, and I said the climate was favorable, so I don't have to worry about that part. So the culture was I faced a bit different in the culture, but after talking to people, making friends here, going through different organizations, being a part of UHCL, being the part of different organization, and getting to know more and more about the culture, the society, and the thought that UHCL believes in diversity. So that made me comfortable, but at the initial stage I had the fear of that if I won't be able to adjust, then what will happen. So but still I believe that UHCL helped me a lot in those things, and the organizations were very very good, very helpful, and we have many organizations here which are which help you to build yourself and to get and to make you more comfortable with the atmosphere. So that's what.
He had said most of the part, but I'd go with the basic things. I had challenges in the food mainly because I'm a vegetarian. I don't even eat egg, so that was a major problem for me. And then another problem would be, I would say, transportation. Until and unless you have a car, it's really difficult to transport to other places. And yeah, though the weather conditions are very similar, the sun is really terrible here. So that's something are the challenges, but eventually I learned over the past year. I'm very happy being in Texas and at UHCL.
So your experiences have been pretty much positive.
Yeah, everything has been
here.
positive. Nothing negative, I would say.
Nice. How about here at UHCL? What sort of like services and like things here that maybe helped you with feeling that sort of way, feeling positive about being here?
When I got admissions from admissions from different university, and when UHCL and one of them was UHCL. So when I was having interaction with the professors, I emailed them, they replied me. I emailed the international office, they replied me. And they were very much happy to accept me. The professors were very kind and generous. So through the emails, I got to know that okay, it's fine, and the people over there are not very alien and not very different from me. So, and when I made a transition in UHCL, the organizations such as ISA, SLICE, or the Student Life Office, or the ONSP office, these offices and organizations were the main part of me making more and more comfortable with the atmosphere, and making me more familiar with the people over here. So that's why these organizations and offices played an important part.
Yeah, the coursework is very good actually. For me, the professors were very lenient. They helped me understand everything very clearly. There was a lot of difference with the coursework and the type of exams or type of the teaching we have. So to get into that, the professors helped a lot, and the teaching assistants were also there who were very helpful. And then the student organizations, the first organization I've been part of was Indian Student Association, and that helped a lot for me to explore the entire campus. That's where I got to be an orientation leader for ONSP, and then the diversity office played a major role. I attended a lot of events organized by them, and I got to know the diversity in the culture. And then that's all I would say.
Is there anything that you guys would maybe suggest or would want to see maybe more of, or something, any type of programming or things that may help international students?
Yeah, actually more of cultural events which people over here celebrate, so that we understand what it is actually. Because for me, like being an Indian, it's more about festivals, more about events, more about fun. So yeah.
And is there anything that maybe scares you about being an international student?
Nothing as such, I guess. Nothing scares to me. I don't know about you, but yeah, I don't think anything that scares us about being an international student, because you get scared when you are lonely, and when you don't have anyone. But as I said that UHCL was so welcoming to us that when we came to UHCL, the students, the organization, the offices there, and the heads of those offices, they were so good and so kind with us that we never felt that we are so many miles far from our home. So it was like home for us only. So it was good.
So what are some questions that maybe you get tired of being asked all the time, maybe, or questions that you wish was asked more?
The most common question that we are asked is how do you guys eat so spicy food?
Yeah, that's actually true. But for me, I don't eat too much spicy food according to everybody present in my country. But people here that feels that's the highest spicy level. So it's like, no, it's not spicy at all.
So what are your career goals? What is something that you hope to accomplish after getting your degree here?
Till date, my thought is to complete my graduation and work for some time in the industry here to know the work culture and develop my skills and add a bit more knowledge. And after working a while, I would like to return to my home country.
For me, I've recently been exploring, like, I want to do more of management studies. So after my graduation, maybe I'll do a job and then I might do my management MBA or something related to management studies because, I've been into that. So,
And Leslie, what is a piece of advice that you would give to other international students?
be active in every organization. That's the only thing I would say.
That's because
You enjoy the entire journey because the school and the country is very accepting until and unless you're part of it, you will not understand how it works. So that's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, she's saying.
See, both of us, we became friends only being at the orientation leaders, and we know most of the international students, and then also the students over here only because we were active, and we are having a lot of fun because we are part of all the organizations.
Awesome.
Yeah, you should be active in all the organization and the events that are
Attend every event. You have a lot of giveaways.
Yeah, you should be active in the university. You should keep an eye on each and every activity that is happening and that you feel like will be helpful to you. You should definitely go there, and you should. It's kind of fun actually. Like if you go to any of the activities, you get to meet new people. You get to learn more about something. You have food. You have free food, and you learn something new there, and you enjoy. So that's how it works. If you are active, you'll be very comfortable here.
Awesome.
It's also a place where you understand more about yourself. That is where I got to know that I have these skills in myself which I never explored before. So also there are, apart from the fun events, there are also very informational, educational events going on. There are organizations which support a lot of causes happening all over the world. So fun and education, which is very important.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
So for more reporting, head to UHCLsignal.com, like us on Facebook, and send us your comments and suggestions to signalsoundbytes@UHCLsignal.com.